I think some of the biggest differences between being poor and being broke is, can you do the work yourself? A lot of people who are broke will put things on layaway, buy now, pay later, and on credit cards, and it's way too expensive in 2024 for us to be doing it. Let's talk about some of the ways that you can save money doing your own work on your vehicles. So the number one thing starts off with, what vehicle do you ultimately have? Now, I will always recommend either Honda or Toyota. Or if you want something a little bit more luxury, look at Acura or Lexus, Honda and Toyota's consecutive luxury lines. Now, this is my wife's 2019 Toyota RAV4. I believe that the RAV4 will be the best car for most people in most situations. But if this is a little bit too much SUV for you, and I'm talking not only this generation, but older models of the RAV4, also look at the Honda Accord if you need a sedan. This is the Acura TSX. This is essentially Acura's version of the Accord. It's just a little bit more nice, better materials, more comfortable. Or if you need something a little bit smaller than that, the Honda Civic is another great option, as well as the Toyota Camry, but I'm a Honda guy, so I'm always going to recommend the Civic. There are some things that you should just be doing yourself. The number one thing that you need to have if you are a first-time car owner or you have an older, higher mileage vehicle is keep coolant and engine oil in your vehicle. Now, every year, I always recommend you look at this. Check your air filters. You've got your engine air filter here, and underneath the passenger side, underneath the glove box, is typically where your cabin air filter is. There are great YouTube videos for all of these things that can really help you learn how to do this kind of stuff. Another thing that I recommend is checking your brakes and your tires. Do the tires once a year. Check your tread depth, how they're holding up, how they're wearing. You can kind of just take a little visual check back there, and also check your tire pressures, and I'll show you how to do that, how to know what tire pressures your car takes in a moment. Another thing you can do is check your brake pad wear. If you have a more open wheel design like this, it's very simple. You're just going to look behind the caliper at that brake pad and look at that brake pad depth. I'm not sure if you guys can see, I just recently replaced mine, so I know that they're good, but the ones in the back are getting a little bit low, so that's something I'm gonna have to think about doing in the future. On most cars, when you come around to your driver's side, this is where you're going to find all the information on your tires. So you're gonna get more vehicle information too on some of these vehicles, like your seating capacities, things like that, and how they're laid out. But you're also gonna get your tire size. So if you ever need to know that for getting a tire replaced, it can be right here. And then also tire pressures. So the top two are going to be your front and rear tire pressures. And then the bottom one is going to be your spare tire pressure. Stay on top of your oil changes. This is something that you can do yourself with a couple of jack stands, a jack, and a little bit of time. Oil filter, of course, are necessary for that. But always do things at the recommended interval. Also, I would recommend at least once every 6 months. So typically January 1st and also July 4th is about when I typically do it. That's when I check my brake pads. I check my tires once a year, so New Year's I'll check that. And this is just a way that you can stay ahead and on top of your own maintenance. Now, the more you get to do this kind of stuff yourself, changing your air filters, topping up your oil, your coolant, this is how you get these higher mileage vehicles to last you a long time, as well as picking the proper vehicle. If you guys found this video helpful at all, please go down, comment in the comment section below. If you have any questions, any help that I can give you, I would love to do it.